In the tangled web of toxic relationships, manipulation often disguises itself as love. One particularly insidious tactic used by manipulators is called hoovering, named after the vacuum cleaner brand. Hoovering describes the manipulative behavior used to suck a person back into a toxic relationship just when they've tried to escape. While the actions might seem like love on the surface, they are far from it. Recognizing hoovering and understanding the signs of fake love is crucial for anyone seeking to break free from the cycle of manipulation and regain control of their emotional well-being. Here are some practical tips to help you navigate these situations. Understanding hoovering, manipulation disguised as love. Hoovering is a technique often used by individuals with narcissistic tendencies or other toxic traits to regain control over a partner who has tried to distance themselves or leave the relationship. The tactics used in hoovering are varied, but share the common goal of pulling the person back into the relationship, often through emotional manipulation that can leave the victim confused, vulnerable, and trapped. Understanding these tactics is the first step in breaking free. 1. Sudden declarations of love. One of the most common hoovering tactics is the sudden declaration of love. After a breakup or during a period of distance, the toxic partner might suddenly flood you with expressions of love and affection. They may make grand promises of change, claim that they've realized how much they love you, or insist that they can't live without you. While these declarations might sound romantic, they are typically just a tactic to lure you back into the relationship. Once you're back, the promises are often forgotten, and the toxic behavior resumes. Tip: don't rush back in. When faced with sudden declarations of love, take a step back and give yourself time to think. Don't rush back into the relationship. Instead, observe if their actions consistently match their words over time. If they're truly committed to change, they'll demonstrate it through long-term behavior, not just words. Use this time to reflect on your needs and whether this relationship truly meets them. 2. Guilt tripping. Another powerful tool in the hooverer's arsenal is guilt tripping. They might use emotional blackmail to make you feel guilty for leaving or even considering leaving. Statements like, "I don't know what I'll do without you," or "you're abandoning me," are designed to make you feel responsible for their well-being. This manipulation can be incredibly effective, especially if you're empathetic or have a strong sense of responsibility towards others. The hooverer relies on this guilt to keep you tethered to them, even when the relationship is clearly harmful to you. Tip: set emotional boundaries. Recognize that you are not responsible for their emotional state. It's important to set clear boundaries and remind yourself that your well-being comes first. Practice self-care and seek support from friends or a therapist who can help reinforce these boundaries. Regularly check in with yourself to ensure that your needs and emotions are being prioritized, not just theirs. 3. Empty promises. Empty promises are another hallmark of hoovering. The toxic partner frequently promises to change, to do better, or to fix the issues that have driven you away. However, these promises are rarely, if ever, fulfilled. Instead, they serve to keep you hooked on the hope that things will improve. This cycle of promise and disappointment keeps you emotionally invested in the relationship, even when there's little evidence that anything will actually change. Tip: focus on actions, not words. Pay attention to whether they follow through on their promises. If they don't, consider it a red flag. Remember that consistent behavior is a better indicator of change than words or one-time gestures. Create a timeline for yourself to evaluate if changes are sustained over time, and don't hesitate to step back if promises remain unfulfilled. 4. Excessive communication. When you try to establish distance, the hooverer may respond with excessive communication. This might include a barrage of texts, calls, or messages on social media. The goal is to create a sense of urgency and confusion, making it difficult for you to maintain the boundaries you're trying to set. This constant communication can wear you down, making it harder to resist their attempts to pull you back into the relationship. Tip: limit contact. If possible, reduce or cut off communication entirely. Consider blocking and deleting their number. Establish clear boundaries about how and when communication will happen, if at all. Communicate these boundaries clearly and stick to them. If necessary, involve a third party to help manage communication, particularly if there are shared responsibilities like children or finances. 5. Love bombing. Love bombing is another manipulative tactic often used in hoovering. The toxic partner might overwhelm you with attention, gifts, flattery, and grand gestures of affection. This intense focus on you can be intoxicating, making you feel special and cherished. However, love bombing is usually short-lived. Once you're back in the relationship, the intense affection fades, and the toxic behaviors that drove you away in the first place reappear. Tip: stay grounded in reality. While it's easy to get swept up in the excitement of love bombing, try to remain grounded. Reflect on past behaviors and patterns. Ask yourself if this sudden outpouring of affection is consistent with their usual behavior, or if it's a tactic to win you back temporarily. Keep in mind that healthy relationships are built on steady, consistent effort, not grand gestures. Discuss gaslighting and crisis manipulation. Gaslighting and crisis manipulation are perhaps the most insidious tactics used in hoovering. Gaslighting involves distorting reality to make you doubt your thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. The hooverer might deny things they've said or done, twist the truth, or blame you for things that are clearly their fault. This can leave you feeling confused and questioning your sanity. Crisis manipulation involves creating or exaggerating a crisis to make you feel responsible for their well-being or to elicit your sympathy. This tactic is designed to trap you in the relationship by making you feel that you can't leave when they need you the most. Tip: trust your reality and seek external validation. When you're being gaslit, it's crucial to trust your own perceptions and feelings. Keep a journal of events and conversations to help you remember what actually happened. Remember, you are not responsible for fixing someone else's problems, especially at the cost of your own well-being. Breaking free, practical steps to escape the cycle of hoovering. Recognizing hoovering and the manipulative tactics involved is just the first step. Breaking free from a toxic relationship requires both emotional and practical strategies to ensure you can move forward healthily and securely. 1. Develop a support system. Developing a strong support system is one of the most important steps in breaking free from hoovering. Surround yourself with friends, family members, or a therapist who can provide you with emotional support and practical advice. 2. Create a safety plan. If you fear that your attempt to leave the relationship may be met with hostility or violence, it's essential to have a safety plan in place. This plan might include identifying a safe place to go, keeping important documents and valuables ready, and having a list of emergency contacts. Tip: consult a professional. Consider consulting with a domestic violence counselor or legal professional who can help you create a safety plan tailored to your specific situation. They can provide resources and guidance to ensure your safety as you transition out of the relationship. 3. Focus on self-care. Leaving a toxic relationship can be emotionally and physically draining. It's crucial to focus on self-care during this time. Engage in activities that bring you joy and relaxation, whether it's exercise, meditation, hobbies, or spending time with loved ones. Self-care is not just about pampering yourself. It's about restoring your energy and rebuilding your sense of self-worth. Tip: prioritize your mental health. Consider seeking therapy to work through the emotional scars left by the relationship. A therapist can help you process your experiences, rebuild your self-esteem, and develop strategies to avoid similar situations in the future. 5. Rebuild your identity. Toxic relationships can erode your sense of self. As you move forward, focus on rebuilding your identity. Rediscover your passions, interests, and values. Surround yourself with positive influences and engage in activities that make you feel strong, independent, and fulfilled. Tip: set new goals. Set personal and professional goals that excite you and give you a sense of purpose. Achieving these goals can boost your confidence and help you move forward with a renewed sense of self. Empower yourself to choose healthy love. Breaking free from hoovering and a toxic relationship is challenging, but it's also empowering. By recognizing the manipulative tactics used by toxic partners and taking practical steps to protect yourself, you can regain control of your life and emotional well-being. Remember, real love is built on mutual respect, trust, and support, not manipulation, guilt, or empty promises. You deserve a relationship that uplifts you, not one that drains you. With time and effort, you can break free from the cycle of hoovering and move towards healthier, more fulfilling relationships. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more personal and relationship content. Thanks for watching and keep growing and glowing. See you in the next video.